Oriire Funo Wo, good tidings to you. I pray that you are feeling awake, aware, and elevated in mind, body, and spirit, wherever you are and whatever may be happening around you. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. I am Baba Umar, Oluranse Emese, voice of the MSA, member of the Isoro Traditional Council of Chiefs, Oluwo of the House of Umar, and Babalao of Ile-Ife, Orisa. This Ile, this spiritual house, our website, and these video lessons are sanctioned by the Isoro Traditional Council of Chiefs in Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Oriire, abundant blessings to our Egbe, our online community of subscribers that's growing daily. Thank you for sharing this information with others so that we can continue to grow. Thank you for joining us for another lesson in our video blog series. Remember, as a member of our Egbe, you can support each other's spiritual journey by posting your questions and uplifting comments in the comment section below. You can also email me using the link in the description section below. If you are new to this these video lessons, we invite you to click the link below to become a subscriber and member of our Egbe. Also, click the notification button to stay up to date, and always share this resource with your family, friends, associates, and anyone who you feel may benefit from this wisdom. Homage to the one who sends, and to those who are sent, homage to Orisa and Egun. Our topic in this video is Who Can You Trust? Part 2, a continuation from our video last month. We're focusing on consulting Ifa in this particular video. Before I forget, one of our members contacted me the other day and asked about when to do the Ifa ritual ceremony. What I'm going to give you is not going to be helpful for somebody that's listening to this video 6 months from now. But for you that are listening and you catch it today or tomorrow or whatever, today is June the 22nd, 2022. And today is Oshé, Ojo Oshé. It is the day that we do the Oshé Ifa ceremony. And so what you should do, if you get this in time to make sense out of this, start from June 22nd, 2022. And what I do is I fill out my whole calendar every month. So the 4-day week goes Oshé, Awo, Ogun, Jakuta. And it begins again. Oshé, Awo, Ogun, Jakuta. Oshé, Awo, Ogun, Jakuta. So fill out your calendar for the whole month. That way you know when Oshé Ifa, when Ojo Oshé Day comes, that's the day that you do the Oshé Ifa ceremony. Okay? I started my calendar over 20 years ago. Every month I would fill out my calendar. Every month I would fill out my calendar. Every few years, when I spoke with Ile-Ife, I would say, what year is today, Oshé Ifa, or what day is today? I confirm that I was online, and I've yet to have to make a correction. So I've kept my calendars going for over 20 years. You can do the same thing. Just fill out the whole calendar every month, and that way you'll never be in error when it comes to when to do the Oshé Ifa ceremony. For those of you who see this video, at a time too far away from today to be able to utilize this information, at least the date to say that, what day is Oshé Ifa, just email me, send me a short message, an email, Baba, what day of the week is it today? And I'll email you back as soon as I possibly can. And then you can fill out your calendar from that particular day. Or if you have some other way of finding out what day of the week it is in the 4-day calendar, then go ahead and use that method. Fill out your whole calendar for the month, and you'll never be in error. Okay. So the fact that we have a way of communicating with the spiritual world, Orun, is a cause for joyfulness. In my view, we would be completely lost and at the mercy of our most base instincts if we could not receive guidance from someone who knows better than us, who can see clearer than us, who has a better vantage point than we do. As we discussed last month, that someone is your own Ori, that part of you that is forever linked to the source of all things. It is the all-knowing aspect of yourself. Ori is your divine mind. When consulting your Ori through Ifa divination, you will find the process to be just like sitting down and having a conversation with a person where you're asking the questions and they are answering you in the format that I outlined in my last post, and answering you, you are hearing the answers in the spirit of trusting that this information you're getting is something that you can rely on. That's having your faith in Ifa. So following up on what we presented last video, here are some examples of the various answers that you can get to your questions. Remember, you're always questioning in a way that you can you can get a yes or no answer to your question. Excuse me. So you'll get an absolute yes. Here's an example. Mom, can I spend the night over a friend's house? Oh, yes, please do. Okay, absolute yes. All energy is moving in that direction. Okay. Yes, conditional. Mom, can I spend the night over my friend's house? Yes, but you have to clean your room first. So yes, the way is open for you to move ahead with whatever it is that you need to do, but there is a condition in order for you to move ahead. Balance, yes. Mom, can I spend the night over my friend's house? Yes. If you want to, there is no reason that you can't, but be mindful and behave yourself. Remember, when we look at the cowrie shells and how they're falling, the OB and how they're falling, if it's balanced, yes, we've got 2 mouths open, 2 closed. It's a balanced yes, but the 2 mouths closed tell you that there's a balance of the energy, but make a mistake, slip up one way or another, and you can end up in trouble. So yes, the way is clear, but just don't make any simple mistakes, any stupid mistakes along the way. Don't do anything foolish, even though the way is clear. So you ask about a trip, is the way clear for me to take this trip? You cast, boom, balance, yes. Well, okay, say the way is clear for me to take this trip, but then don't get behind the wheel of the car drinking, because you just, everything would have been fine if you had done the right thing, if you had followed Iwa Pele. But if you get behind the wheel and then start drinking because some friends, are talking to you and want to, get high or whatever the case may be, well, then you got a problem and you're going to have a problem, okay? So balance, yes. Yes, the way is clear. But again, be mindful. No conditional. Mom, can I spend the night over my friend's house? No, not unless your friend's mother calls me to tell me it's okay. So no, you can't go unless some condition is met. Okay? And then finally, absolute no. Mom, can I spend the night over my friend's house? No, you're still grounded. So don't ask me about it again, okay? So that's the flavor of each of the 5 responses that you will get when you are consulting Ifa. Note that in the examples for yes conditional and no conditional, there's something that must be done, again, for the way to be clear. In the case of yes conditional, the way is favorable, but some condition must be met in order for it to be completely open. And in the case of no conditional, the way is unfavorable, blocked, and can only be opened if some condition is met. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay, in either case, you'll have to ask questions in order to find out the conditions that must be met. The actual conditions that must be met will obviously depend on the particular situation you're consulting about. But here are a few categories you may apply to your questioning. And remember, we're not preparing you to question on matters of life and death. It's not what I'm giving you. What I'm giving you is questions of the ability to use OB or Afoshe for, personal, everyday, kinds of things. And this is not for you to consult for somebody else. Again, I'm giving you information that you can consult for yourself about personal, everyday kinds of decisions. Should I go this way? Should I go that way? Should I take this opportunity or should I take this other opportunity where it's not a life-threatening kind of situation? Okay. So you, in questioning the conditions, you may say when. That's, is the condition when? For example, should I wait and do it at another time? You may ask where. For example, should I do it here rather than there? Who? For example, who will receive my offering? It is the way, do I need to do an ebo? You cast, yes, conditional, yes, okay? So now, okay, well, what's the condition? Is it a who? Is it Orisha Obatala? Or is it Orisha Oshun that will receive my offering? Now notice, I can't ask, is it Orisha Obatala or Orisha Oshun that will receive my offering and cast? Why not? Absolutely correct. Because you just asked two questions. And Ifa can't answer you that way. Okay? If we cast an Opele, we might be able to get an answer to a question like that. But when we're casting OB, it has to be in a yes or no format. And so you need to separate out those two questions. If your Ori is saying, it's either Obatala or Oshun, then say, who will receive my Ebo? Obatala or Oshun? Is it Orisha Obatala? See? Now you've asked a question that you can get a yes or no answer. Either yes, it's Obatala, or no, it's not Obatala, which can lead you then to say, okay, if it's not Obatala, since I had only these two Orisha in my mind, it must be Oshun, okay? I could follow up on that idea, but let's leave it at that. You could ask on the condition, what? For example, what do I need to do to balance this out, to make the way clear? Do I need to do a cleansing first? Do I need to do an ebo first? So what needs to happen? What do I need to do in order to clear the way, to make this a balanced yes or an absolute yes, as opposed to a yes conditional? How do I eliminate the condition? You could also ask how. For example, should I send a letter? Depending again on what it is that you're consulting about. Should I can send a letter, or should I say it face to face? Now ask one of those questions. Should I send a letter? Cast, okay? If it's no, then you know to do it face to face, okay? Also, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned once before, sometimes on the condition, I will ask, do I need to question the condition? Because when we consult, it's a two-way communication. We're asking questions of our Ori, but our Ori also has information that it wants us to have that goes beyond our particular question. And so the conditional answer may be, yes, the way is closed, but is open, but when you Ask your next question and form the Odu that comes out of the two questions. There will be information in that Odu that will benefit you, information from me. So I'll ask sometimes, depending on what my Ori suggests to me, I'll ask, do I need to question the condition? Sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes the answer is yes. Okay. Asking the right question is a skill. Don't take this lightly. It's an art and a function of paying attention to the ashe of the reading, listening. Your spiritual Ori will guide you in the reading if you can get your physical Ori out of the way. Sometimes during the reading, I'll get stuck. Just don't know, where to go with the reading in that particular moment. What question to ask, okay? So when that happens, I'll just sit quietly for a while until I hear the question in my head. I'll often say, I have no knowledge except that which you send to me by inspiration, that which you send to me by way of an angel, Orisa, or that which I'm blessed to acquire by way of some discipline. And then I'll wait. Question will come into my head and I'll ask the question. On some occasions, I'll ask my Ori, am I asking the right questions? Because if you're not questioning correctly, you can go what I call going down the rabbit hole, okay? Meaning I had one of my members of the Egbe was doing a reading, one of my Babalaos, and he was emotionally involved in the subject that he was questioning about. And you should not go to Ifa if you are disturbed of mind, and you should go to a Babalao to read for you, because you can't read for yourself when you're when your Ori and your Orio Day and your Ori Inu are in conflict with each other. It's all kinds of disturbing energy in dissonance with each other. And so he was in a dissonant state when he did the reading. He was 68 questions into his divination. Shouldn't be taking that long. Shouldn't be that long. And so sometimes you need to ask, am I asking the right question? You feel yourself going down the rabbit hole. You're getting conditional. Everything is conditional. Conditional no. Well, whoa, something's not right. I'm not questioning clearly, so I'm not getting clear answers. So am I asking the right questions? When I ask that question, on occasions, no, you're not asking the right questions. I sit, I think, I listen, and the question will come to me. So sometimes the answer is no, and that guidance will help me to refocus and redirect the reading. Sometimes when my spiritual godchildren are blocked, they will ask their Ori if they should bring the reading to me. Often the answer is yes. Okay, let me take a moment and give you an anatomy of the essay Odu Ifa, how the stories, the essay, the messages of Ifa present themselves. There are 7 major parts to an essay Odu Ifa. Number 1, it begins with the Awo, or the Babalao, who is casting Ifa. So the name that you see right at the beginning of the essay, generally speaking, that's going to be the name of the Babalao or Babalaos who are casting Ifa. Second, number 2, it talks about the person or persons or characters for whom Ifa is being cast. Third, it tells you the reason or situation presented to the Awo, that is, the reason Ifa is being consulted. Number 4, it'll tell you the response of Ifa presented in the Odu. What did Ifa answer to the questions being asked by the Babalao, to the addressing the concerns of the seeker? 5th, it will say what ebo is advised to be done in order to address or resolve the matter, as well as the attitudes and behaviors that should be changed. So remember now, in Ifa, and the guidance of the sacred Odu Ifa, it's not just about you doing an ebo and continuing the same behaviors that brought you to the table anyway. Okay? Ifa is always looking for you to expand and to transform to a higher level of spiritual consciousness. So if something brought you to the mat, especially a problem brought you to the mat, then you can rest assured that there's a message in that ebo, in that essay, that says something or suggests some change in your behavior that needs to take place. The sixth component of an essay is whether or not the advice was heeded and he performed the ebo, or she did not perform the ebo. And number 7, what was the final outcome? Was it successful or not? Was the outcome good or not? All of these parts do not necessarily appear in every essay Ifa, okay? But these are the 7 components overall that are there in the essay Ifa. So all of these, so remember that this is a very basic introduction to an ancient, comprehensive, and complex system of divination. What I've given you here does not qualify you to perform Ifa divination for someone else. I'm saying that again. It is only a tool for you to seek and receive guidance in making some choices in your personal life. If it's a serious matter, go to the Baba. Major, serious matter, go to the Babalawo. Okay. If it's an everyday kind of matter, then you can consult. Use your OB divination. Only by using the system and following the guidance can you hope to develop an unconditional trust in your Ori, your Orisha, your Egun, Ifa, and the God, Olu-dumare, who sustains all of us. And so it's important. I'm giving you this because the way that you develop this relationship of trust with Ifa is by being engaged. You got to do it. This is not flipping coins, but I can say that to you, but it seems kind of like you just casting, and it's like a game of chance or something. Once you begin using the Odu, once you begin using OB Afoshe'e, the way that the answers come back to the questions that you ask, you know that you are engaged in a conversation with an intelligence. Okay? And so any doubt about this being some kind of simple, game of chance type of thing will be dismissed. But in order for that to happen, you have to be engaged. So that's why I'm giving you this information openly, for you to follow the guidelines that I've given you and to use OB divination to benefit yourself. The more important the issue with which you're dealing, the more important it is to seek out someone who has more knowledge and skill than you, someone more qualified, trained, and sanctioned in Ifa divination. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. G.E. Rabi, may the unblemished cloth of Arunmila continue to clothe us with wisdom of the here and the hereafter. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Ki Olo-dumare Orisha ati egun fifune ni itona imoye ati opo ire. May Olo-dumare Orisha and Egun bestow on you guidance, wisdom, and abundant blessings. Ifo Kanbale, peace of mind from Olo-dumare. Ajo Lo, Ajo Bo. We go out together. we return together. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Remember to click the like button if that's what your heart speaks, and help us to increase the number of people that we reach through these video wisdom pieces from Ifa. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo.